Presentation of certificates to agro-input dealers who participated in the just concluded training program. The training is an initiative of NAFDAC and CropLife Nigeria. It is aimed at increasing knowledge on the safe handling and responsible use of pesticides and agrochemicals.
Our national agricultural extension services have collapsed. And therefore, in the past, these were the people who were closest to farmers and teaching them each step on how to do those things. But now that they are not there, the dealers, agrochemical dealers, are the ones who are now educating the rural population on the use.
We know that when you have pesticides in your system, it is hazardous. So, and pesticides can only get into us through residue. When you have residue on food, when there's an abuse of the product. I talked about the use of...
Faced with the end users of agrochemicals and pesticides, no matter their locations.
You know the age. Yeah, there's age restriction. When a child comes asking for something, we don't sell. And then even adults, you tell them precisely how to use these things.
The program will be replicated in other...
His love for story. His
name is Senator Chukwu Prosper Williams, member of the Nigerian Boys Brigade. He likes exploring all opportunities. So that at age 9, he came up with...
You cannot retaliate, but inspiration from...
Very simple, straightforward, it goes straight to the point. And I think I would 100% recommend the book for, people, young ones in nursery and primary school.
The 24-page book has pictorial representations that makes the book appealing to readers.
It will help you in life.
The 3-chapter book also has questions at the end of each chapter to test the knowledge of readers.
I'm still surprised that Dr. Chukwu can do something like this at this age. So I urge every student and every child, every pupil to learn from him.
He has made himself outstanding in the society today by writing such a book.
Though a science student, Dr. Chukwu believes developing good writing skills and putting down one's experiences in books will make learning easier for people. In Lagos, Annie Daniels, NTA News.
The news will continue shortly after this break from our Ibadan Network Center. But before then, let me remind you that you can follow this news broadcast live on our website at nta.ng/live and on our other social media handles displayed on your screen for updates.
I'm fascinated with the discourse on national monuments and assets and how much is being done to preserve and celebrate
the language issue. We have turned English to become like a pride value in our own cultural value.
It's not cash transfer. It's not a COVID-19.
Invasion 1897 was a deliberate
many of these people coming to the urban areas now.
These and applications, there are terms and conditions.
Of course, it is the union of two people, a man and a woman coming together.
My name is Nambi Odipo.
And I'm Elizabeth Omori.
This is the moment with the
waiting. It's time to rise up, do it again. Africa, do your dance now. Go do your winning dance now. So we never lose it again. We can rise up, yes, we gon' rise up. Africa rise up, Africa rise up, yes, we gon' rise up. Africa rise up.
Hello and welcome to Ibadan. Government at all levels have been urged to embrace policies that will improve the quality of education and ensure sustainable development in the country. Stakeholders from public and private sector of education made the plea at a forum in Ibadan. Rofia Animashan was there and now reports. The Sustainable Development Goals in education are the blueprints to achieve an improvement in education for a better future. Speakers at the conference opined that the purpose of schools is learning. Schools should make educated decisions by adopting thorough approaches.
Learning is a process, and those that are involved in education must also see it as an opportunity to develop the society further.
They need to use it effectively by the time they get back to school so that their teachers, their students, their parents, and the community can see the effect of the knowledge on the school owner.
I want to just employ all members here to see beyond making profit and see in impacting knowledge in humanity.
School proprietors said paucity of funds, multiple taxation, inconsistency in educational policies are some of the challenges faced. Rofia Animation Badnos, NTA News. The desire to reposition agricultural sector to adequately feed the country's population and add to its GDP is achievable with the right information on other aspects of farming. In this report, I have details on profitable pig farming option for food sustainability and empowerment. Influx into the practice of agriculture is expected to produce corresponding results in productivity and overall income generation. Experts have, however, identified lack of adequate information as part of limitations in the sector. One of such is the knowledge gap in pig farming, which experts say has the potential to reduce pressure on other livestock, enhance nutrition, and create employment.
Everybody knows that agriculture, you make money in it, but the question is, how do you make money? When is the money made? What are the pitfalls that you must avoid?
It's very wide, and there's a lot of value chain to it. It's not just raising pigs.
Training potential farmers and new entrants about farm operations, marketing, and other relevant areas will help address typical errors and improve yield.
First stage, you have to understand the marketing. Second stage, the kind of animal that you have, that is how the people can patronize you.
They trained us about how we can manage our farm, how we can take care of the pig, the names of the pigs, their food.
The need to create an enabling environment for profitable pig farming have, however, been emphasized as a way to facilitate the change process. And that's it from Ibadan. Nationwide continues with Ruth in Abuja.
Thank you, Kemi. The Emir of Kano, Alhaji Aminu Adobayaro, has appealed to traditional rulers in the country to give support to the National Population Commission to enable it to deliver credible population and housing census data in 2023. The Emir, who hosted the leadership of the National Population Commission at his palace in Kano, was unequivocal that a credible census will help reveal the exact figure of Nigeria's population. He added that, though a Herculean task, but believes every hurdle will be successfully crossed when every segment of the society is cooperative, saying the Kano Emirate will support the commission.
Gwamnati da hukumomi wajen shirye-shiryen ayyukan raya ƙasa da ci gaban mu baki daya. The challenge appeals to the youth that are going to be engaged in the exercise to know that they are working not for themselves, they are working for the sake of everybody in Nigeria, because census is very important for our national development.
The success the Commission has recorded wouldn't have happened if not for the support of all critical stakeholders, which the traditional rulers are very prominent. The Commission will continue to partner with the traditional institutions and listen to their wise counsel, because that will ensure success of our mandate and bring development to our dear country.
Chairman of NPC, Nasir Isa Kwara, also kept the traditional ruler abreast of the fully digitized census, which he said will eventually aid transparency. The Council of Imams and Scholars Rivers State Chapter has endorsed the governorship candidate of Social Democratic Party, Senator Magnus Abe, in the 2023 general elections. Ijoma Ugugi reports.
This endorsement became necessary owing to the age-long relationship built by Senator Magnus Abe with the Muslim community in the state. The imams drawn from different mosques in the state, while reeling out some of the projects and assistance the Muslim community have benefited from Senator Abe, assured of their unalloyed support. They appealed for inclusion in governance and activities that promote peaceful coexistence of Muslims in the state if elected into office.
Muslims have resolved to have an agreement with whosoever recognizes this, just like you have done now, Your Excellency. I'm willing to partner and seek for their vote in the forthcoming election.
We are here to synergize with you, to work with you, and to work for you.
The elected governorship candidate of SDP, Senator Magnus Abe, who was overwhelmed with the massive response by the Council of Imams and Scholars in the state, recounted several positive engagements with the Muslim community.
Anything that we want to do for you, we will do it for you. Government money will be left in the government account to service the needs of the people of the state. You don't have to go and beg anybody or thank anybody when government does anything for you.
Pen train of Senator Abe also touched Ahoda East, where he met the Bay Council of Chiefs. The people who spoke through their heads thanked Senator Abe for choosing their daughter, Dr. Patricia Ubonaya, as his running mate, and other notable contributions, especially donation to flood victims that were displaced. Senator Abe's campaign train also met with Nigerian youths in Port Harcourt to seek their support for his ambition come 2023. In Port Harcourt, Ijomu Gweke, NTA News.
Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed says the presidential candidate of the opposition People's Democratic Party (PDP), Atiku Abubakar, has no moral justification to criticize the APC administration led by President Muhammadu Buhari. Anthony Forson reports.
Let me use this opportunity to comment on the increasing tendency by some opposition presidential candidates.
The Information and Culture Minister described it as an increasing tendency by some opposition presidential candidates to downplay the achievements of the present administration in their desperation for power.
The worst offender in this category has been the presidential candidate of the People Democratic Party, the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. During his recent campaign in Akure, the former VP was quoted as saying that the APC had not done anything for Nigeria in 8 years.
Lai Mohammed noted that if anyone would accuse the APC-led federal government, it shouldn't be Atiku Abubakar.
What a preposterous statement from somebody who should know. I guess we can excuse His Excellency the former Vice President, who until recently had fully relocated to Dubai, thus losing touch with Nigeria. This is because for the 16 years of the PDP rule, 8 of which Alhaji Atiku Abubakar was Vice President, there was no motorable road to the former VPC hometown, and indeed to key local governments in the southern senatorial zone that served as Adamawa's food basket and economic nerve center until the government of President Muhammadu Buhari assumed office. Today, gentlemen, the Mayo, Belwa, Jada, Ganye, Tungo Road has been constructed fully and is the road that Alhaji Atiku uses to get to his hometown of Jada.
On security and infrastructure, Lai Mohammed said Atiku is a beneficiary of the achievements of the APC-led administration.
Before the administration of Muhammadu Buhari, all the 5 local government areas in Adamawa Northern Senatorial District were effectively under the control of the Boko Haram terrorists. Today, not an inch of these local governments in Adamawa, the home state of the former vice president, is under the control of Boko Haram. Please note, gentlemen, that throughout that period, that was 2014 to 2017, the former vice president, Atiku Abubakar, could not even go home.
In Abuja, Anthony Forson, NTA News.
Right, let's head to Benin to join Ogochukwuka.
Thank you for joining us in Benin. The young and elderly citizens of Benin have been having their medical needs met free of charge in the spirit of the season. It is an outreach by medical doctors of Benin origin who say they are contributing to the development of Edo State. Agatha Egwareojo reports.
They are doctors trained in different fields who have come together as a group to pull resources together for a common good. This is their first medical outreach, not just for the elderly, but young people. And it is the first time this infrastructure in the primary health center premises of the community will be put to use. The doctors came with drugs, eyeglasses, and educated the people on hypertension and diabetes in a language they understand.
Hypertension or it is near where on do wow. Hypertension or it is near where on do not a stroke.
I tell her say I never wear. Don't give me medicine.
But we pray that we see more of this, not only here, everywhere in the states.
The doctors are happy that they have come of age to give back to the land. Their focus is not on medicine alone.
We have also noticed that people now want to get rich quick. People want to just do what they call internet Yahoo and the rest. But we want to tell you that there's actually dignity in labor. When anytime a patient is victimized, either in form of rape or other social abuses, we'll try to fill in the gap for these persons by being their voices.
They have to get the dividends of the education we have acquired, and to be a regular exercise.
The aim is to give succor to especially the downtrodden.
The forum intends to take the outreach to other communities in the coming months. In Benin, Agatha Egwareojo, NTA News.
It is another countdown to Christmas, and markets and other business districts are already beginning to feel the usual frenzy. Angole Okolo was on a market survey to ascertain the prices of food items in the city.
Prices of foodstuff vary depending on the area, region, or market, while goods like yam being harvested during this time sells at fairly affordable price. Commodities like rice have doubled in price. for reasons not unconnected to socio-economic factors.
It's not there now. Because people, everybody, they bring their own come market. Not be seller, now drivers, now they wound us. So, yeah, one would they carry 1,000 before now, but they say 1,500.
This is a pretty lady before. The rate of the price before it was 29,000 naira. So why now is now 36,000 naira. Why this local beans? So they do sell it 1-2 before, but Nana is now 1,516.
A bag of crayfish previously 80,000 naira and negotiable now goes for 110,000 naira, and same level of increase for some commodities like obono and oil.
Now na 5,000 before na 3,000 last, but now na 4,000 last.
Okpolo na cup milk 1,000. How much before? Would they buy 500?
Tomatoes, especially the ones popularly called Tommy in the market, are available unlike previous years during the season, though it's fairly high with a basin going for 3,000 naira. While items like dry fish remain constant, vegetables are expected to reduce in quantity, though maintaining same price due to the dry season. In Benin, Anwulu Kolo, NTA News.
The train will be going to Maiduguri. Yagumsu will be taking over, but this will be after the break. Please stay tuned.
Elections are here again. Let us shun violence. Let us play the game according to the rules. Do not be a thug. Say no to violence. Let's rise and defeat violence, crime, and sabotage against the peace of our nation. Nigeria is the only country we have. We must do everything to keep it united. We must avoid any act that promotes hate and disintegration. Say no to separatist movement, terrorism, fake news, hate speech, religious bigotry, and any act that tends to divide us as a nation. Watch out for strange gatherings and suspicious movements. Restrict access to sensitive documents and data, the disclosure of which may damage national security. Apply relevant legal security guidelines. Idle persons resort to vices in their greed to get rich quick. They resort to kidnapping, killings for rituals, and other heinous crimes. Avoid wrong use of the social media. Before you broadcast that false message, think twice. Ask whether it will promote peace or violence. For safety at home, still be security conscious. Educate your household on safety tips. Report all suspicious movements and persons to the security agencies nearest to you. Be a good citizen. Be patriotic. To pass security information, please call 0813-222-2105, 0915-339-1309, 0908-837-3514, or send a mail to dsspr@dss.gov.ng. This message is from the Department of State Services, DSS.
Many thanks for joining us in Maiduguri.
Borno State Commissioner of Police Abdul Umar says, henceforth, the command will not condone any act of violence and hate speech during and after elections. CP Abdul Umar stated this while signing peace accord with various political parties in the state held at the police headquarters, Maiduguri. Maimuna Garba reports.
According to the Commissioner of Police, CP Abdul Umar, following the commencement of political activities in the country, there is need for political stakeholders to meet to chart the way forward for a peaceful conduct of the 2023 general elections. He said the National Security Advisor and the Inspector General of Police have already banned all political talks and local security to be seen at campaign places aimed at preventing violence. To this end, the police in Borno came up with a peace accord template where all the political parties in the state have agreed to abide by it.
The major political parties have signed the accord. This is to ensure that there's no thuggery in political campaigns or rallies. There's no hate speech, there's no fake news, there's no harassing and creating violence in the political arena.
Commissioner for Local Government and Emirate Affairs Sugun Mele disclosed that since the inception of Zulum administration, all forms of political thuggery in the state have been banned as the youth were engaged in various empowerment schemes and employment opportunities, among others. Meanwhile, Commissioner of Police Borno State CP Abdul Umar has met with leaders of Farmers Association and Cattle Breeders Association over the recent incident which occurred in Bayo local government area, where over 8 people were killed during a clash between farmers and herdsmen. In Maiduguri, Maimuna Garba, NTA News.
1,000 Sangaya teachers and pupils that have undergone 4-week skill acquisition development training on livestock production, fish farming and tailoring have been charged to use the skills acquired to be self-reliant. Executive Secretary Borno State Arabic and Sangaya Education Board Ali Kaka gave the charge during the graduation of the trainees held at Ramat Polytechnic, Maiduguri. The report. The 4-week skill acquisition development program being introduced to Sangaya teachers and pupils by Borno State Arabic and Sangaya Education Board was aimed to train them acquire some skills so as to be self-reliant. In a welcome address, Executive Secretary of the board, Ali Kaka, while appreciating Governor Zulum for the encouragement given to the board, appealed to those who have not benefited from the training to be patient as more of such gestures will come their way.
We want them to stand on their own. We don't want them to roam about on streets and then going about and begging. This is the main reasons why we organize this 1 month training.
Borno State Governor, represented by Permanent Secretary Ministry of Religious Affairs Hassan Abdallah, who appreciated the initiative by the Sangaya Education Board, reaffirmed government's commitment to support the board actualize its mandate. Chief of Borno, Abubakar Ibn Umar Garbe Al-Amin Al-Kanemi, while stressing the importance of Quranic education, commended Borno State government for reviving the Sangaya system of education, saying the skill acquisition training will no doubt boost the productivity of Sangaya teachers and pupils. Professor Yakubu Yunus, Sheikh Muhammad Mustafa and Chairman Sangaya Association Borno State equally appreciated the giant stride of the Sangaya board and called on the trainees not to let government down. Participants of the training who were overwhelmed with the gesture promised to use the starter kits and livestock provided to them to start up their businesses. And that's it from Maiduguri. Nationwide continues with Ruth in Abuja.
Thank you, Yagumsu. Apart from providing learning and instilling moral values, the University of Abuja has relentlessly pursued its mandate of mentoring aimed at producing quality students who will possess special skills. This is the focus of the launching of the university's Students Mentoring Scheme, which is aimed to build better students for sustainable development. The scheme aims to intimate the learners on rudiments of work ethics and becoming employers of labor themselves through pillars that teach them on money management, ensuring their productivity even while on campus.
Student mentoring, it requires 3 important ingredients. Guiding all of you with full sense of responsibility. At the end of the day, we come up with what we call quality graduates.
Early this year, we had testimonials of students who participated in the scheme. It was such a great experience of people turning lives, changing lives, impacting lives, and preparing them for future journey. It's a privilege that you have. I didn't have this privilege.
Under the scheme, students will engage in casual work at units and institutions within the university, including banks, during their off-study periods. Issues affecting persons with disabilities is on the front burner again, as Nigeria joins the rest of the world to commemorate the day, that is the International Day for Persons Living with Disabilities, which is marked every 3rd December. The Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development is seeking collaborative efforts from relevant stakeholders to achieve the desired goal. Annually, every 3rd December provides the world an opportunity to recognize millions of persons living with disabilities, to promote activities that support their well-being. For Nigeria, the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development is leading the advocacy for effective implementation of the Discrimination Against Persons with Disabilities Act, signed into law in 2019 to aid total inclusiveness.
This act provides for the full integration of persons with disability into society and creation of National Commission for Persons with Disabilities that will be vested with the responsibility of education, health, social, economic, and civil rights of persons with disabilities.
There we have over 161 persons with disabilities that have secured employment in different government agencies and parastatals. These are the wonderful effort of this government.
In a message, the Minister Sadia Umar Farouk says the ministry will continue to promote participation of persons with disabilities in various activities by the ministry towards the realization of their potentials.
The federal government remains committed towards doing her best to cater for the needs of all citizens, persons with disabilities inclusive.
The theme, which is transformative solutions for inclusive development, the role of innovation in fueling an accessible world, is expected to bring the desired change in line with the 2030 agenda of the Sustainable Development Goal 10 in reducing inequality within and among countries where no one is left behind. As fuel queues gradually fizzles out at filling stations in Calabar metropolis, Nigerians are appealing to the federal government to find a permanent solution to fuel shortages, especially as the Yuletide draws closer. Justina Etim reports.
The past 2 to 3 weeks now, it has been a tense and difficult situation in Cross River State for motorists to get fuel at petrol outlets. This situation also resulted in hike in transport fare and passengers being stranded along the streets. But now, most filling stations are now having the products for motorists, though above official pump price.
As of last week, I bought 400, but this week, thank God, it has come down.
But what is the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority doing about the development, especially as the festive season is just by the corner?
Going forward, we are going to ensure, I assure you, that the stipulated pump prices will be adhered to. But critically, the first thing is that we want to ensure that every station within the metropolis, within Cross River State, and in fact the region of South-South is wet. That is the first objective.
Motorists and commuters are hoping that the federal government will find a lasting solution to the fuel crisis. In Calabar, Justina Etam, NTA News.
That's nationwide. Thank you for your company. Do have a pleasant evening. I'm Ruth Aguilera. Bye.
Hours a day, 7 days a week. You can watch NTA International live on your TV, computer, iPad, tablet, and phone. Log on visiontv.co.uk and click on Entertainment, then NTAI. You can also download the iOS or Android app on your mobile devices to watch NTA International on the go, anywhere in the world. NTA International, your window to the world.
From dusk to dawn, 24 hours a day, NTA International is with you. In your living room, office, and everywhere, anywhere. We provide the company you desire in terms of balanced and up-to-date news, programs, and the best of entertainment. Tune in to DSTV channel 251, Go TV channel 91, Freeview channel 264, or live streaming via www.visiontv.co.uk. And to watch NTA International in the USA, Canada, and Mexico, use the following satellite parameters. You can also see us on Facebook and YouTube for quality content on the go. NTA International, Africa's window to the world.
This is the moment.